Hello and welcome to Unacademy. Welcome to the Polity Project, a series of 6 video lessons on Indian polity. Today's topic: national language v official language. Hindi is not our national language. In fact, neither the Constitution nor any law enacted by the Parliament recognize Hindi as the national language of the Union. Instead, we have the official language. Now, what do we mean by that? In which language will the departments of the central government transact their business? In which language will the acts passed by the parliament be published? In which language will the union communicate with the states? For that, we need a language, and that language is the official language. And according to the Constitution, under Article 343, the official language of the Union shall be Hindi in Devanagari script. Full stop. But the same Constitution says that for the next 15 years from the commencement of the Constitution, when the Constitution was enacted in 1950, that means for the next 15 years, till 1965, English will also be used alongside Hindi as the official language of the Union. But after 15 years, English will cease to exist as the official language of the Union. Only Hindi in Devanagari script will be the official language of the Union. But the same Constitution empowers the Parliament that what Parliament you can do? You can enact a law. Through this law, what you can do? You can provide for the continuance of English beyond a period of 15 years as well. Hindi as the official language or the only official language of the Union was not acceptable to some states in the southern India, particularly the then state of Madras, which is today's Tamil Nadu. They protested vehemently against this domination of Hindi on the unwilling population of Madras. There were a series of protests, and ultimately a compromise was reached. What was that compromise? To tell you about it, first let me make an announcement. Today is the last day. If you're preparing for the civil services examination and if you realize or feel that you are unable to cover the syllabus on your own and you need a guided program, a comprehensive program, where through current affairs, live classes for both prelims as well as mains, the entire syllabus of GS and CSAT should be covered, then you can consider our subscription plans. If you wish to be taught by these teachers on your screen, then you can enroll today, because today is the last date of this offer, because our 12-month subscription is now available at 17,999, which I'm told from tomorrow the subscription fee will be hiked. Go to our website should you wish to prepare with us. Check various plans. Use this code IAS English and automatically the lowest subscription fee will be displayed on your website. And then what was that compromise? Official Languages Act was enacted by the Parliament in 1963, because I told you, beyond 15 years, if you want English to continue alongside Hindi as the official language of the Union, for that Parliament has to enact a law, and that law was enacted in 1963. And what this law does, it provides for both Hindi as well as English as the two official languages of the Union without any upper limit, without any time limit. This law allows the continuance of English alongside Hindi as the official language of the Union for indefinite time. This was to assuage the concerns of the people in South India, particularly Madras, who were unwilling to accept this language, Hindi, as the sole official language of the Union. But today's video lecture will focus on English. Should English be banned? For example, the Honorable Home Minister saying that a time will come when those who speak English would be embarrassed. Is it embarrassing to speak, to learn English? Let's discuss this in great detail. English should no longer be viewed as a language alone. English is being viewed as skill. And if you possess this skill, you have a better chance of landing a job in a corporate world, in an organization, because English is considered to be the language of opportunity and economic mobility. English is viewed as a skill. Second, it is a language of aspiration. In a sense, we encourage our kids to speak English, to learn English. Why? Not because you are emotionally connected to this language, but because of the economic prosperity that this language will give you in terms of job opportunities, in terms of career opportunities. And this language is also considered to be the language of the elite. And we are all aspirational. We also want to be the elites of the society. And this English is considered to be the language of aspiration, and also a language which transcends the chains of caste. For example, there was a time when the knowledge of Sanskrit was restricted to the Brahmins. Others were not allowed to study this language. But if there is one language which transcends the chains of caste, that is English. That is why when the Dalit movement originated in India, the Dalits encouraged their members that you start speaking in English. Let's embrace this language because that's how we can come out of this caste conflict. Third, in this world, English is the passport to the world of ideas, research papers, chat GPT, important researches on medical science, technology, AI, newspapers, even for the civil services examination. The majority candidates who clear this examination are from English medium, or those who write this exam in English medium, because the Hindu newspaper is in English, the Indian Express is in English, your books are available in English, top quality coaching material is available in English. So this language is the passport to the world of ideas. That's the case for English in India. Which reminds me of something very important. Our national leaders who fought for our independence against the British Empire, against the British colonialism, they did not deem it fit to outlaw this language. They did not call for the ban on this language. And over a period of time, this language has assimilated within the Indian society to such an extent that English may have lost its foreignness. Today, Indians, according to various reports, speak English which may be better than the English speakers of England. Have you heard of Dr. Shashi Tharoor? Look at the writers who have come out of this soil: Arundhati Roy, Kiran Desai, Arvind Adiga, V.S. Naipaul, Salman Rushdie. They have won Booker Prizes, Nobel Prize for Literature, for example, V.S. Naipaul, which means Indians today speak English better than even the native English speakers. That is why today China is encouraging English learning, because this language is considered to be a language of aspiration with enormous potential in the job market. But then you may have a question. If we continue speaking in English, is English not going to be a threat to Hindi or other regional languages? Let's look at the statistics. According to Census 2011, hardly 2.5 lakh Indians, they said and reported that English is our mother tongue. Only 83 million said that English is our second language. But how many said that Hindi is our first language? 520 million. How many people said Gujarati is our first language? 55 million. So these numbers do not suggest that English is a threat to Hindi or English is a threat to regional languages, because apart from Hindi, other languages are also flourishing. There is no decline in the Indians reporting local languages, regional languages as their mother tongue. So, how is English a threat to Indian languages, to Hindi or regional languages? Point number one. Point number two, critics argue, look at the controversy surrounding language. For example, new national education policy, which mandates that kids should learn 3 languages. Tamil Nadu says it is not going to be acceptable to us. Why? Because this 3 language policy is not a 3 language policy. This is a policy to impose Hindi in disguise. Because if you want us to study Tamil, to study English, Then the third language by default can be the Hindi language. So you are thrusting upon us, upon the unwilling population of South India, this language called Hindi. Critics argue that the central government should call off its push to promote Hindi nationally. Instead, whatever funds are available should be dispersed so that local languages, the regional languages, are promoted. Why? Because it is these regional languages, local languages, Kannada, Telugu, Malayalam, Tamil, Odia, these are the languages which are the repositories of our cultural inheritance. Have you heard of traditional knowledge? This traditional knowledge gets passed through your own mother tongue, and kids learn something better when they are taught in their own mother tongue. So instead of devoting your entire energy and all the funds for the promotion of Hindi, the central government should disperse these funds to promote regional languages. But to be fair to the union government also, is it wrong on part of the union government to promote Hindi nationally? No, because it is the duty on the center. According to the Constitution, according to Article 351, it shall be the duty of the center to promote Hindi so that Hindi becomes medium of expression for the composite culture of ours. In a sense, Hindi can be viewed as a link language which can link the people of this country together. So it is not wrong on part of the central government to promote Hindi nationally. But critics argue that in promoting Hindi, you should not ignore the beautiful classical languages of South India, the beautiful regional languages. And do you know, English is being read today, followed today, despite the fact that no effort has been made to promote this language. Something that I was telling you before, it is not that people are learning English, speaking in English, because you have a love towards this language or affection towards this language. No, because it is a passport to the world of ideas. It is a language which can help you move up the ladder, economic ladder, because of the tremendous job opportunities that this language provides you. So it should be kept in mind that the growth of English in India has happened without government support. That is what we need to understand. Unless and until the regional languages or other local languages also give a sense of economic stability or employment opportunities to the people who speak this language, those languages may die. Since English is a language which is considered to be, for the sake of repeating myself, the passport to the world of ideas, other languages should also pick pace and provide some kind of economic angle to their speakers. Otherwise, these languages are at the risk of getting sidelined. Newspaper Hindustan Times came up with a report. How many classical languages do we have? Classical language, for example, what do we call classic? Something which has stood the test of time. For example, Casablanca, a classic romantic movie. A classic movie, a classic piece of art, a classic song, something which has stood the test of time. Similarly, there are languages which have stood the test of time, which are old, antique, dating back to 1500 to 2000 years. For example, the first classical language designated in India was Tamil in 2004, then Sanskrit, then Kannada, Telugu, Malayalam, Odia. But recently, the government declared 5 more languages as the classical languages: Marathi, Assamese, Bengali, Pali, Prakrit. So we have 11 classical languages in India. But that was done recently. In the past, Hindustan Times report said between 2014 to 2025, in this decade, the central government has spent close to 2,500 crores for the promotion of Sanskrit, one classical language. And for all other classical languages, 5 other classical languages, because 5 others were declared recently, remaining 5, only 147.56 crore. But when you spend so much on a particular language, you need to show results as well. And by spending massive amount of money for the promotion and the spread of Sanskrit, there is hardly anything for the government to show. Instead, critics argue that we need a nuanced policy on education, a policy that does not privilege or discriminate any language. Instead, we need a language policy where citizens are given the right to choose the language that they wish to learn, speak, without privileging one language, without discriminating any language. But instead of spending the entire money, almost the entire money for the promotion of Sanskrit alone, this money should be equally distributed so that other classical languages are also promoted. Maybe that is the way forward. Allow states to choose their own language, which is allowed according to the constitution. And that is what we call linguistic federalism in India. When the states were carved out in the name of language in India, for example, the first state in the independent India, Andhra, was carved out in October 1953 because of the massive movement launched by Poti Sriramalu in Andhra Pradesh, where he wanted all the Telugu speaking population areas in Madras or Mysore to be carved into one state, Andhra, for the Telugu speaking population. We have a history where language was respected and states were carved out in the name of language. Look at what happened in our neighborhood. The Sinhalese majority in Tamil Nadu, they are discriminating against the Tamil speaking minority. There was a civil war in Sri Lanka because language was not respected. Look at Pakistan, a nation which was created in the name of religion. Even this glue of religion could not bind Pakistan together. East Pakistan, West Pakistan. Because in East Pakistan, Bengali was the language which was spoken. This was not acceptable to the Urdu, Punjabi speaking elite of the West Pakistan. Ultimately, what happened? Dismemberment of Pakistan. Pakistan got split and Bangladesh emerged as an independent country. So, language is an emotional issue. And language deserves to be respected. Languages deserve to be protected as well. And for that, states should be allowed to have their own policy on education. One language should not be thrust upon the states. Maybe that is the takeaway from this video. What is your thought? What is your take on this language debate in India? Do let me know in the comment section, and do not forget to press the like button and subscribe to our channel if you haven't yet. I'll see you again tomorrow. Till then, have a great time. All the best.